spoiler-free reviews over here. If you are new here, my name is Brogan. If you are not, welcome back. It's been a while, and I know. I've had so much going on. It's just been chaotic, but I'm back, and I got some stuff to share with you guys. So today's video is going to be my February and my March reading wrap up. I know. Like I said, it's been chaotic. With that being said, I'm going to be more consistent. I'm just going to put my all into it because I do really want to be successful with this. Share with my followers how I feel about all the books that I read and, you know, just kind of unload after all life stuff. We are going to jump into February. February was kind of hectic. The end of February is when stuff really started to happen. February, I think I read more than I did in March. I'm pretty sure. At the end of February, I had some stuff happen to where I needed to have my trailer moved, and it was something I was already aware of. I just didn't expect it to happen as fast as it did. I had to prepare for that within, I think I had like 24 hours to prepare. So I wasn't really able to get everything strapped down like I wanted to in my trailer. And unfortunately, a lot of stuff happened when it got moved. My walls buckled. One of my bookshelves fell over. Luckily, no books got damaged, but hopefully going forward, I am able to be more consistent with posting. Going forward, I also do not want to have 2 months in one video. I would like to share, like, you know, kind of my reading wrap up for that month and kind of share, you know, all the things I did in that month that I'm talking about. With this video, it's going to have February and March. At the very end, I'm going to share with you a little movie date I had with myself. It's kind of something I wanted to do for my birthday. I went to go see Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, which I think the movie came out the end of last month. But I'm pretty sure, like, the showing that I seen, it's starting to wrap up. Like, I think it's been in the movie theaters for a while. So I had to go and see this before it was out of theaters because this book I absolutely devoured, and it was definitely a 5 stars for me. I cried. I'm telling you, I cried. It very much hit home for me. If you know, you know. At the very end, after I'm done with my reading wrap up and talking about all the books that I had fun with in February and March, I will share my little journey with going to see this. I definitely love her books. I do hear a lot of people, you know, Colleen Hoover's like controversial for some reason. I guess a lot of people don't like her. Some people do. I like her. I love her books. Her books are awesome. They're romantic, but they're also sometimes like give you like a thriller, like mystery type stuff. But yeah, so enough about that. I just wanted to share that at the end of the video. Stay tuned to see my little journey with that. February, I read 2 physical books on my bookshelf. I don't know if I mentioned it, but in the last video I posted on YouTube, I did say that I was using my TBR vending machine to choose my books every month, in which it was going good at first, and then I realized I was still buying books and I lost track of adding them. So I think that I'm gonna kind of like reevaluate that and kind of see how I'm feeling about that. Quicksilver by Callie Hart, which I know, I was late jumping on the bandwagon, but I am so glad I did because this book was fire. I devoured this. I gave this 5 stars. I literally ate this up in, I want to say 3 to 4 days. And she's thick. She is thick, like, but I ate her up. So good. 5 stars. And I wanted to jump into Brimstone immediately, but I had quite a hefty TBR for that month. I'll probably be getting to that soon because I do want to see where the characters go from this book. My next physical book that I was able to read was The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris, in which I also gave, I believe I gave 5 stars. I'm pretty sure I did. This book follows Nella, who works for a publishing company, in which she's the only black girl. Then Hazel comes along, and let's just say stuff gets real weird. if that makes sense. Hazel kind of befriends her, and then at the end it kind of turns around, like, you know, as if Hazel's not so good of a person. So non-spoiler free around here, but I definitely recommend this book. Very good. Very good. And I was able to read it for Black History Month, in which I was very excited. I did want to read more BIPOC authors that month. I did not get to any, but now I will say that I will inquire them every month, or I'll try to inquire them, because you shouldn't just read BIPOC for Black History Month. You should read it all the time. Just putting that out there. I read Cherry Kills by Sean Thomas McDonald. Cherry Kills was fun. It was very interesting. It follows Cherry, who is very fun. She's very kick-ass. She's hard-ass. She has these imaginary friends in which she calls the alternates. It definitely turns out that her alternates are a breath of fresh air for her. I wish it was longer, though. It was fun. It was a fun time. It's definitely like, I want to say it's like maybe it's a thriller. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think I gave that 4 stars. But it's very good. I do recommend it. All right, so next up, I read the Improbable Meet Cute collection from Amazon. I read all 6 books. I think there were 6 of them. I gave them all 4 stars except for the one by Nevessa Allen, and I can't remember. Those are all fun. Those were all fun and short. I didn't realize that Amazon offered those, which is really cool. It kind of gives you a breath of fresh air after reading a 600-page book that was like emotionally damaging, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm missing something. Well, apparently I totally forgot that I actually had 3 physical books that I read. The third one was The Cruel Prince. I also devoured this book. There's a lot of world building in this. A lot of world building. But I did enjoy it. I gave it a 4 stars. It's definitely something I want to continue on with the series. So Wicked King is the next one in the series, in which I will definitely want to jump back into. I'm the type of person that when I pick up a book and it's a series, I want to read the whole series. I don't ever get around to doing that. I don't know why. After I read that, I did jump into The Lost Sisters by Holly Black as well, which is a novella in between The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King. I gave that one 3 stars. I don't know. It wasn't as fun as reading The Cruel Prince. I did enjoy it though. I enjoyed it. I don't know why. I rated it 3 stars. I'm not like into short stories. Moving on to March. In March, I did finish 2 physical books. With this one, I was able to meet the author and get a signed copy of this, which I'm so grateful that I made it to that. The first one I read was Souls in Ruin by Jacqueline White. I am a part of her street team, so I am very excited about that as well. She did get published by Scarlet Press, in which she has a 3-book deal, I think. I am on her street team, and I cannot wait to review the ALC of this. Being that I'm on her street team, we get first dibs on the ARCs and the ALCs. Now, this book was so good. It was dark. It was, oh my God, it was everything you want in a dark romance. Maria is also one of my new favorite female main characters. I don't know what it was about this whole book, but I literally ate it up. I ate it up. Jacqueline is very talented, and she really made this book like, it feels like you're in a movie when you're reading this book. It's intense. It's very intense. Read your trigger warnings because there's a lot of them in here. This is the traditional cover. I'm not sure if you can even find these anymore. The new cover is not like this. It's stunning. I can't wait to get it for my shelves. She has her own highlighted bookshelf. Like literally there's a whole section for her stuff. But yeah, I gave this a 6 stars, like 6 stars, God tier. Very good book. If We Never End by Laura Taylor Namey. I was selected on Book Influencers, the Bloomsbury campaign for this book. We were supposed to receive it before it was published so that we were able to review it in time for that, in which I didn't get a chance to get it. I think some of them may have got lost in the mail. I'm not 100% sure, but I did receive it after it was published. I did enjoy this book. This book was very, very good. It was sad. So this book follows a girl named Sylvie who has just graduated from high school and is going on a trip with her Aunt Vivian to a little town. On the way there, she stops at an antique shop and she picks up this watch in which she meets Pen. Pen is basically a ghost, but the plot plots and it twists, and it turns out that really that's not what it is. So I definitely love this book. You definitely aren't going to figure out what happens. I was trying to figure out, I was like, maybe that's a foreshadowing moment, but then it literally wasn't. I gave it a 5 stars. And look at the beautiful deluxe edition. Very beautiful. So pretty. Next up, I did have another book that got me out of my comfort zone. I have never read, but not that I am aware of, that I can remember. Maybe back in middle school or elementary school I did. This was the first nonfiction book that I was able to read. It's an autobiography, which was really good. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The Voice in My Head is God by 2 Chainz. I gave this a 5 stars. I love 2 Chainz, and to actually read his story in his perspective, not just like what you see on the internet and all that stuff, but I actually enjoyed reading it in his words. And I immersive read this one. I was reading it on my Kindle while listening to the audiobook, and it was just a good time. I really enjoyed it. I will be trying to get into more nonfiction. I know that there's good books that are nonfiction as well, so I don't want to like miss out on any of those. Fiction is definitely more of my thing. I like being able to jump out of my reality and into another one. Next up was King of My Scars by Abby North. I'm not gonna lie, that one was intense. It pissed me off and it made me cry all at the same time. So the female main character is basically on the run from her ex. She changes her name and everything, and then gets married to a new guy under a new alias. And then the same thing that happened with her first relationship happens, and she's in this domestic situation where she has to flee again. She flees to this really nice hotel in which her best friend put her onto. She meets King. He saves her, basically. Long story short, it's very good, but you also have to read the trigger warnings. There is some stuff that is descriptive and stuff like that about domestic violence. So definitely check your trigger warnings when you read that. I believe I gave that one 5 stars. Finally, for March, I have one more book, which is my Fables book club choice for March. This is totally not sponsored, but I do just want to put out there that if you don't know about Fable, it is basically free, where you can go on there and join a bunch of book clubs, create your own, tracks your books for you, your reading. There is a paid version, but there also is a free version. Like I said, this is not sponsored. I just want to share kind of, a little bit about me doing it. I have created a book club up there. It is called Plot, Twist, and Chill. If you would like to join, I'll link it in the description below. For our March book club choice, we did have a poll, and the poll chose Broken Souls and Bones by L.J. Andrews. It's an also very, very intense world building kind of vibe, but I really loved it. I also gave that 5 stars. I'm pretty positive. I can read multiple books at one time. I don't like to, because not that I like get confused or anything. I just kind of like to enjoy one book. And then I feel like if I start reading multiple things, it takes me longer to finish them. I think that going forward in the next months, I also am not going to be reading multiple books at one time. All right, so with that being said, guys, that was my February and my March reading wrap up. Like I said, I'm going to try to do better and post monthly with these so that they're not all crammed into one video. I just wanted to share my little journey on going to the movies, and I hope that you continue to watch.